Kyle Monangai from Rutgers. 5'9", 210, ran for 1260 last year, 72 missed tackles forced last year, 0 fumbles in 676 carries. Great work ethic, a pinball of pure muscle, finds dirty yards when there's nothing there. He picks up 1 or 2. Who does that sound like? And you do not want to see him at the goal line because he will run straight through you to get in. A tone setter, a nasty runner, absolutely blasts blitzers in pass protection, knocks them out. Not a ton of reception production or breakaway speed. He ran a 4.6 flat, but when you're pure muscle and that big, it's excusable. Really high floor, and the quote I loved was, he runs like his family's being insulted. Love those kind of guys. There's a lot of those guys in this draft, too.
You think we're going to have 2 Rutgers backs on our team?
Why not? I don't think. Hey, look, you act like we were burned by Pacheco.
I know. I never said that. No.
No, I know, but like, why would we steer away from it? Like, you're acting like that we got burned by one.
Jesus. No, I'm saying I want a premier guy. I think this guy sounds like another like 6th, 7th round undrafted kind of guy. I think we're done with the undrafted kind of guys. We want a guy.
I don't think he will. I don't think he'll go undrafted. I mean, he's probably a 6th. Let me look at where he's slated to go here. No, overall rank 161, positional rank 20. No. Late round, mid to late round. So no, probably 5th or 6th you're looking at.
Okay, MJD actually has a write-up on him. He has him as the 18th overall running back.
Okay.
Monangai is very physical and can make defenders miss in a phone booth thanks to his suddenness and compact frame, 5'8", 211. The Rutgers products his pass catching ability, but wasn't used much in that aspect during his 5 seasons with the Scarlet Knights. One of his biggest positives is that he didn't fumble once in 669 carries. There you go. So MJD likes it. Although I'm kind of skeptical of MJD's rankings with having Hampton so low, but
you've been going back to MJD ranks a lot. So I mean,
well, I like player. I like player insight. I like guys.
Yeah, clearly we're a player insight show. I totally get it. I like it. I'm trying to look at. Okay, so now you're gonna be a fan. Player comps. Your boy Bucky Irving.
Okay.
Sean Tucker, another key one.
Yeah. He hasn't really been the guy. He hasn't really been.
Tucker's good, though. He's good. When I saw him this year in spot duty, he was good.
Yeah, he saw it.
Let's see. Those are it.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Another Sean Tucker one.
Okay.
But yeah. Again, this is we're not prioritizing. I mean, they all have their. If we're drafting him, it's going to be in the 5th or 6th, and we're not prioritizing running back. We think we can get a guy like you said earlier with Amarian. Oh, do we draft him at 31 when we believe, we can get a guy similar to that at 2nd or 3rd? But you can keep doing that. And if you keep doing that, you're going to end up with the Monangais of the world eventually.
You're right, but it's different at the 31 pick because you're picking at the top of every position group. Once you get to round 2 or 3, like that's. It's not top. It's not the top of the top anymore. Is what I'm saying.
In this draft, I've read from many different scouts that player 20 to 60 is pretty even. So you are pretty much getting a 1st round talent in the 2nd round of this draft, where we are 31.
Depending on what position we're looking for.
Well, yeah, depending on what you do. But if you draft correctly, which I hope we do, our 2nd, late 2nd, and early 3rd. Are borderline like 1st round grade talent you can get if you pick right. So, I mean, they're premium picks. Like, you get a lot. You heard the Vikings just got from us from the 3rd round to get Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you keep doing that and you think, I like so many of these guys. Like, do I have to get him? Is Giddens that much better than Monangai? You know what I mean? Like, when you start doing that, the distance grows. But yeah, when you look at Monangai versus Marion, then you're like, okay, well, yeah. But that's a 1st and 5th or 6th round pick. It's a big difference. So, again, I think it all depends how the board goes. I think if you're seeing a lot of running backs stack up and you're like, shoot, man, there's a lot of guys out there. You can keep justifying every single round going, there's not many edges left. Do we go edge or do we go running back when there's like 5 guys we like still out there that we love? Go edge next round. I don't know. Should we go running back? Chenal's a free agent next year. Tranquil, we have a get out with him next year. Do we go linebacker or do we go a running back when there's a million running backs left? It's tough, man. There's so many of them.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. That's just not that guy's nowhere near my my top of my list at all.
I get it. Well, this is the best of the rest.
Yeah, but there's better of the rest that we can talk about.
I loved his write up. I loved what I read about him, and that is I just described Kareem Hunt.
We've said that about 4 guys tonight. It was just Kareem
Hunt.
Kareem
Hunt. Yeah, okay, but this guy's a 5th or 6th round pick, and I just described Kareem Hunt. Didn't fumble, finds a yard when there's no yard to find. Tone setter, runs like his family's being insulted. Goal line merchant, runs right through you. Pinball, can knock people out. I mean, pass pro, out of all the guys so far, he's been the best pass protector we talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Marion Oliver says it right there. That's what you want. Judkins just saying, appreciate the contribution, Marion. And
it's great. I mean, you're investing our second round pick in a Judkins. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will be happy about it because you won't have to think about the running back spot. Because I think a guy like this Monangai guy, I think we're talking about running back next year at the same time. And I don't want to talk about that anymore.
But hold on. To be fair, we might be talking about a running back with like most of the guys we talked about today. No, with most of the guys we talked about today.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about Judkins, though, and Hampton.
No, I know. But if you're talking about Giddens in the 3rd or 4th, talking about Neal in the 4th, you're talking about a lot of these guys, we might be talking about running back again next year.
RJ Harvey, I don't think so.
We might be talking about running back with RJ Harvey.
I don't think so.
He's not what do you mean? He's not a can't miss prospect.
I think he's a guy.
I like RJ Harvey. It's not a guarantee though.
JD's on the chat, guys. J to the D is Jason Dunn. So that is JD. So JD is at the hospital right now. We're listening. JD, love you, buddy. I hope everything's going well. Hope Chad actually liked what we had to say about his UNC boy.
I hope we're doing you justice.
Yeah, I hope we brought up all the points you wanted to bring up about Tootin and Hampton.
Dude, even Travion Henderson, we're talking about running back next year, probably.
Well, that's why I'm more of a Judkins fan over him by a long shot.
I'll tell you what, okay? If you get Travion Henderson, and then you got Monangai lasting to like the 6th or first 7, you're talking about a duo right there, dude. A young duo the next like 6-7 years.
So you're talking about taking 2 running backs in this draft class now. Okay. Let me tell you, if you have to take a running back because the first running back isn't do it all enough.
That's contingent on Monangai saying till what's our first 7th round, 224 or something.
Yeah.
If that happens, you just did what you needed. You didn't know what you expect. A 6th round, 7th round pick. Who cares? That's not a premium.
All right, so let's go to our guy, Chiefs fan 211. I'm going to talk about his guy, Rocket Sanders here. Was the next one of our best of the rest guys. Rocket Sanders, interesting stat here. So while he's a huge dude, and we're talking about a guy who's 6 foot, 6 foot 230 is what he was listed at. Ran at 4.4 640, I believe. And we're talking about this is the most impressive stat. We're talking about 6 foot. Big dude, 6 foot 230. What is it? I say 230. 230. They 33rd team has him as the 2nd fastest guy from this draft class based on top speed, which is insane. His name is Rocket. When you watch him play, he doesn't really look that fast, but Sanders posted the fastest top speed in the 40-yard dash this year at the combine, reaching 23.55 miles per hour by the end of his run. This ranks 8th all-time at the NFL Combine's database of player tracking. Just behind Jalen Wright, which, yeah, okay. But yeah, Sanders, okay, so he weighed in at 217 at the combine, so not 230. So he lost some, he shed some weight. But yeah, the one thing about Sanders, which you're going to kind of see with a lot of the tall backs, we talked about Giddens a little bit, is the pad height. That's just, I guess it's natural for taller backs, but the fact that that's kind of a commonality between all the kind of taller guys we talked about tonight, Giddens and now Rocket Sanders. Rocket Sanders, solid as can be. Let me pull up what I have here. Some of the notes I have. Positives, tremendous frame, physicality, and head-up tackle situations create challenges for 2nd and 3rd level defenders. obviously when you're 6 foot, 220, that's going to be quite a challenge for secondary guys who want to bring you down. Straight line and open field speed for home run hitting possibilities. Negatives with him, you get the high pad level, obviously exposing the body. That's just anyone who knows football. High pad levels what they teach you at the age when you're the ankle biter. So that's a big thing there. Passing game impact, not the best to catch the ball out of the backfield. It's not one of his strong suits. So that's kind of takes away an element of his game. And I don't know how that's going to be as far as being the guy. Again, like Teja just said, a lot of the guys we talked about tonight probably aren't going to be the premier dudes unless we do draft a Judkins or a Hampton type of guy. Most of these other guys aren't going to be the guy unless we strike gold one of them. Who knows? You can never know. We might find a guy who becomes, a top 10 back in the league. But nonetheless, Rocket Sanders, South Carolina. I mean, you're kind of getting a little bit of, let's say we do have to go back to the running back class next year. You're getting a guy who can be your short yardage guy, also who can bust one deep, but also you're getting a big dude to kind of handle the load from the running back game. But Rocket Sanders, I wouldn't mind him late in the draft. Was I talking about round 5, round 4? Oh, also MJD did have a write up on him as well. Raheem Sanders, a player who enjoyed success at 2 SEC programs, Arkansas and South Carolina. Sanders is a strong runner with good quickness and burst when he anticipates the hole at the line of scrimmage. He's an asset in the screen game, boasting good hands and tackle breaking ability in space. If he can correct his fumbling issues and improve his pass protection, Sanders could find some immediate work as a part of a committee. So we're talking about running back by committee with Sanders. So not bad from MJD. Yeah. He has him as the 11th running back overall in this draft class. It's not bad at all. Talk about a guy's going to go late in this draft.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Rocket Sanders? You don't really have much to say about him.
I honestly, when I watched him play, I was so turned off by his play. I didn't even deep dive him. I have some notes. The reason why you don't see that and he ran fast is because he doesn't have that initial get off speed. Very good once he gets going on the runway. He's fast, but it takes him a little bit he doesn't have that explosion, I guess you could say. Definitely north and south, not an east and west guy. Not really elusive, runs kind of tight and stiff. The fumbling problems, but he's got the size, decent strength for between the tackles. Mostly just a one-cut runner. But again, you're taking him knowing that he's going to be in a committee, going to have to prove himself, and you might be drafting the running back next year.
Yeah,
CJ Pro size player comp.
CJ Pro size.
Yeah. Trust the pro size.
I was one of the believers in the pro size, and it didn't work out. Yeah, it did not work out. Also, too, I want to also mention this too. Did a lot for the community as well. Rocket Sanders did a lot for the community in Fayetteville, and as well as South Carolina. So gotta love that. Seeing some of the comments here. Let's get to some of them. Sasha, unless you're OJ or Dickerson and a few others, running upright does not work. No, it doesn't. Especially nowadays where you have target right in your chest because you can't hit in the head anymore. It's just right in the chest, man. Yeah.
LJ.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, LJ was a special back. He wasn't OJ, but he was a special back.
Yeah. Yeah. Justin Blackwell, take Neal over Sanders for sure. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Teja, do you have anything to say about?
I got some other guys.
Okay, yeah. There's one guy in particular that a lot of people are talking about. We talked about Hampton, we talked about Judkins. There's another guy more in that echelon than he is in the other echelon. That's what a lot of people are calling him. A lot of people call Carson Steele this name. Now people are calling this guy that name. They're calling this guy Cream Hunt, and that's Camp Skattebo.
Okay, so it's funny. I was thinking about this. I was like, do we talk about him? He just has so much hype. He's probably the most hyped up running back in this draft. So another a true 0-star recruit. Pretty crazy. Another guy, there's a lot of guys like that in this draft, runs really pissed off, runs like he's taking something personal, like he wants to run through you and end your world. 97 missed tackle per attempt percentile. Can make you miss, has a little wiggle to him. 87 percentile in yards per route run, which is really impressive too. He's another guy who's really good at catching the ball and then becoming a runner right away. Like that transition is just like amazing for him. The best stat that people salivate over, and the reason why he's got so many truthers out there, wins above replacement, right? You usually see that more of like a baseball stat, right? So the best way, I'll go ahead and explain that. So in baseball, for instance, wins above replacement is a stat that estimates a player's total value to their team by quantifying how many more wins they contribute than their replacement does. His wins above replacement is 0.52. For comparison, Genty's is 0.40. So like he is irreplaceable pretty much for his team. Can pass block. They say he does whiff because he's going for the knockout blow sometimes instead of just blocking a guy. So he can do it. He just tries to do a little too much, I guess. A little bit stiff. The guys at the NFL Stock Exchange said built like a brick shit house. Is how they described him.
It's a good way of it's a good way to describe
yeah. Just like brings it every time. He did have 4 fumbles, but they also attribute to that him playing like hero ball and just trying to like get every single yard he can every single time. Best is an inside zone scheme runner, but just a overall versatile, just winner, just a winning type guy.
What are his player costs? Because I feel like
it's a good one.
And I feel like sometimes people get kind of lost in the fold when they see a white running back. They kind of resort to the same 2 names, and it's always he's a Mike Allstott, he's a Peyton Hills kind of guy. He's a Toby Gerhart type. I feel like people always resort back to the same old like names, and he's
it's
different.
Funny they made fun of that on the pod because they brought up Allstott. I think it was Monson. They brought up that. And he was like, "That's the worst comp I've ever heard. He doesn't run like Allstott at all. That's so lazy." Tyler Algier is one comp I've read. Let me see. Zach Charbonnet. Kendra Miller. That's interesting. I never would have thought that. Let's see. James Conner, I can see. I like the Conner one. That's pretty good. Yeah, another Conner.
Do you see Kareem Hunt in his game? Because a lot of Chief fans are trying to say he's Kareem Hunt.
I mean, he's got some of those intangibles. Kareem Hunt was a natural pass catcher, really good at taking it, turning around, and becoming like a runner right away. Very good at not going down. Like, just he doesn't go down. He just refuses to go down. That's one thing Hunt, man. Hunt, especially in his younger days, like he was quick. He can get by you. He had enough wiggle, right? But he wasn't burning you. He just refused to go down and had enough wiggle just to get by people. He's another guy you could see him going as early as, man, if someone loves him, I could see him being overdrafted, but I would say 3rd, 4th.
Cam Skattebo, or Skattebo, as some people are calling him.
Okay.
He's one of the running backs, like the only one we talked about tonight who's met with the Chiefs so far. The ones we've talked about tonight. So yeah, I think Judkins, Skattebo, and Ollie Gordon, I believe they've met with the Chiefs as well. So we've met with some of these guys so far. Let me so
Zach
MJD,
Moss, another one.
Who?
Zach Moss.
Yeah, I know people are high on him. I don't mind Cam Skattebo. This is what MJD has him as his 3rd ranked running back.
Isn't 3rd?
3rd. And actually, I'm looking at it now. He has your boy Trayvon Henderson number 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a weird list.
Very weird. But Skattebo, according to MJD, Skattebo is a football player through and through, as he routinely gives his all no matter his role. This, along with competitive nature, was on display during Arizona State's quarterfinal loss to Texas, a contest in which he was named the game's MVP after recording 143 yards rushing, 99 receiving yards, and a 42-yard touchdown pass. He has great patience and contact balance as a rusher, forcing 102 missed tackles on runs last season, 2nd in FBS behind only Ashawn Genty. Skattebo could thrive in a number of NFL systems as the last piece to an offensive puzzle. The only question I have about him is his game speed, but he has the potential to be a game a day one starter with the right team. So that's what a lot of people are saying about him.
Yeah, I would think so too. You're drafting him like the third or fourth to be your main guy. Other guys I read that I saw that their comps from the stock exchange dudes, they said the way not exactly the way he run his playing style, just running really angry. Chris Ivory, they said the way Marshawn Lynch always ran like angry, you've abducted his family. Like Ricky Williams ran the same way too, just really, really angry every single time they had the ball. Those are other ones too. Another couple I just saw him, Reese Jones, Drew. So maybe that's why he kind of likes him a little bit.
Maybe. JD says Skattebo, eyes emoji, 3 of them. Not flashy, not fast, but productive. Will that translate to the NFL is the question. Not a home run hitter. And that's kind of, that's how I feel. Yeah, no. And Sasha says MJD has CTE, which based on his list, I have a few issues with his running backs list, but it's always nice to hear what he has to say about running backs. But yeah, he was the, like you said, Teja, he was the offense at Arizona State. He was the guy they went to. How much of these numbers are just again the amount of touches that he got, right? Like that's kind of where I see him. He got a lot of touches, and
I mean you could say that for Omari Hampton too.
True, yeah, true.
Very similar. Only guy their offense and a lot of touches.
I mean, that's where you make the case, because I know a lot of people always want to make the case like, oh, well, Judkins had so many guys in his offense. Well, you know how hard it is to when you have so many guys on your offense to make the most of those touches. He did. Travion Harrison made the most of his touches because he had a great offense. Everyone was doing their thing. All those guys made the most of their touches, whereas Skattebo got constantly fed. Devin Neal got constantly fed on almost 1,000 carries in 4 years. So a lot of these guys got a lot of touches, whereas you talk about like the Ohio State guys, they didn't get a lot of touches. They still made the most of it and looked freaking good.
But I guess that's why his wins above replacement so impressive, because everyone was looking at Skattebo to be their everything on offense. When the next guy came in, they just got dominated. Like they couldn't do anything close to what he was doing, right? A lot of these guys have comparable backups that can do somewhat close to what they're doing. Not exactly the same. I honestly think if Judkins ran a week 40 time, I think he would have fell a lot in this draft because his tape this year wasn't that great. He did struggle at times. He looked better last year than he did this year. I think in those situations, your combine can either make people totally forget about that, or they can magnify that, right? In Judkins' case is interesting because it made people forget about that because his 40 time was so fast.
JD says Skattebo second day guy, which I agree. I don't think he's gonna be a first day guy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No way.
No. Yeah.
He's not going ahead of the other guys we're going. I mean, like, I don't think
there's no shot that Hampton goes after him. No shot.
Another guy that if I can bring up right now, who's going to go probably ahead of Skattebo too, Kaleb Johnson.
Someone asked if you talked about him yet, so there you go.
No, not yet. So Kaleb Johnson, 6 foot, 225, rock solid 225 too. Just like just a man, a beast. 100 yards in 9 out of 12 games last season. Patient, plows through arm tackles, runs with power, speed, agility, balance, everything. He also makes it very personal whenever he runs the ball. Great lane runner, but he can also glide through the second and third level. Some of the pods I listened to said just pure runner. They said they think he was the best runner in this draft. Just pure runner. Pass game's a bit limited, mostly dump off swings and screens. But watch the Nebraska swing pass. If you're going to watch a play of his, that's just you pull it up, you think? Ooh. No, it's tough.
I would have to edit it because I don't want to get copyrighted. I have to kind of do my magic.
Okay.
Actually, I can pull it on Twitter.
Oh, okay. But it's a play where he runs. I think everyone on the defense grabs him. Everyone gets a hand on him, and he runs through like everybody. Just amazing. Decent blocker, This is what you kind of described earlier. The physicality to be a good blocker, but the mentality isn't all the way there yet, right? His comp was pretty awesome. It was Todd Gurley without the receiving. just that kind of runner, just that kind of good runner. He didn't test well, but he's big, man. 6 foot, 225. So it's not like he's one of those 5'11", 195 guys who ran slow. He's big time. So like it's excusable from him almost. And he runs better in games. He tested well in games. His film, you didn't see him being slow. Like he got to the second level. He burns people. He takes the right angles. Just a great runner.
One of the things I did see about him, which some people talk about what people use against players. Iowa had a pretty damn good O-line. They kind of let him. He was kind of untouched a lot of the times. You watch a lot of their games, go 10 yards before the guy gets touched. That's something that kind of can be knocked, used against him, I guess, because I mean, the guy had a good O-line and he was able to kind of be a beast within that. So that's something. Here's the play you were talking about. Let's see if we can get that up here.
Out of 11, out of the backfield.
I mean, he's got that speed. Broke away. Just that's a beast play, you know. Other player comes DeMarco Murray. Love DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray was a beast.
Another player comp, Larry Johnson.
Okay.
Stephen Ridley Key. Yeah. He's someone who was going a lot in the early part of the process. He was going like the Judkins range, but I think he ran a bit slower than people thought. Judkins ran faster than people thought. So he's slipping. You got him in maybe late third, late fourth.
Yeah. So MJD has him as his 14th running back overall.
The 14th.
The 2024 Big Ten running back of the year is a smooth operator with good speed and vision. The 6'1", 224-pounder runs with great tempo to the hole and gets skinny through it, reminiscent of Arian Foster when he came to the NFL. Johnson thrives as a zone runner and routinely breaks through tackles, racking up the 5th most rush yards after contact in the FBS last season with 1,060 per PFF. He has a lot of upside, but must improve in the pass game to earn a bigger role at the next level. So, like a lot of Iowa running backs, man, that's kind of the crux for them as far as being.
But you know what though? I don't think it's because he can't do it. I just don't think they used him that way.
I get that though, but when we're not being utilized in that role in college, then you're gonna go to the NFL and you're gonna go from high school not being a pass protector. You kind of skip all the stuff in college when you're going against pros. You're just go right doing the professional.
I mean, it's mostly dump off swings and screens, and swing passes, but it's not like they weren't throwing to him at all. He just wasn't running routes. He wasn't Travion Henderson. It's not his game. I think he can get that. I think he can catch a screen. Okay, it's not like we were running really route trees for our running backs this year. Okay, I think that the extent of that was Kareem Hunt going on for a dump off pass. We weren't really doing that this year.
No.
We didn't really use CEH that way when we had him.
Justin Blackwell, part of being good is not running into your blockers.
Correct.
Yeah. So JD was going to talk about Ollie Gordon, which I was going to make a mention of him. So JD obviously would do a much better job of me doing this. But however, Ollie Gordon, about 6 foot, 6'1", running back, 225 pounds, ran a 4.6 40. So not the fastest guy, obviously. Chiefs have actually had a formal meeting with him. But again, this is the formal meeting that came before the Kareem Hunt signing. So I don't know if that changes anything for anybody. Nonetheless, they have met with him. So that there's that. Ollie Gordon, some of the pros and cons to Ollie Gordon, positive size and running style, but second level defenders is an ultimate bind. He's athletic enough to capitalize on hesitancy in space. Very good body of work and pass pro. He's physical, assertive, and does well to strike and deliver blows to compare to passively catching them. So yeah, when you're 6'1", 220, yeah, you can deliver blows for sure. And his fumble metrics are impressive. He offers good ball security as well. So talking about a ground and pound kind of guy, that's your kind of guy. And let me hold on a second. I just want to see if MJD talked about him. MJD has him ranked 30th. A quick blurb on him. MJD says
30th.
Gordon is a big athletic running back whose violent style causes defenders to fall off of him. The long strider is a natural pass catcher who can also protect quarterbacks. So not really any knocks there for Ollie Gordon. But the negatives on him, lateral mobility and agility are modest. He doesn't appear to adjust his tracks well if the point of attack is clogged. Modest open field speed that has led to a number of chase downs from behind when afforded clean runways into secondary. High hips and center of gravity yield irregular results when absorbing body blows and maintaining forward balance. So you're gonna get a guy, a late day 2, maybe day 3 kind of guy with him.
So I've seen many people call him the most disappointing running back in college this year. He was awesome in 2023. 2024, I just read he looks slower, stiffer, and just blatantly disinterested this year. Just didn't look like the same player at all. I didn't get too far because when I read that, I'm out. That's just kind of how I went about it. If you go off his 2023 tape, you're talking about a guy you're willing to take that chance on. So anyone that drafts him, I'd say in the top 5 rounds, they're doing it because they think 2023 Gordon is there. And it's not 2024 Gordon. And maybe whatever he's dealing with this year is the reason for the fall off, but the fall off is significant. And this is just running into players, like just running into the defender, just not the same player at all. But based on that, not a big fan.
So JD does not like the analysis that I read out about. That wasn't my analysis, by the way. But JD says, nope, changes nothing. Chiefs still like him. Doak Walker award winner, had a run behind a bad offensive line. There are about 8 guys, NFL stars in this draft. That's about it.
He had bad quarterback play too.
Yeah. And JD said he ran behind that bad offensive line. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. The NFL blurb, the one-liner, bad quarterback play, subpar line, and every defense keyed on stopping him. Just watch his 2023 tape and ignore 2024. Yeah, if you're doing that, yes, you're drafting him happily in like the third or fourth round if you're doing that. Yes. If you look at the other things, ignoring an entire year of film, which is it's pretty crazy. Yes, you're going to maybe shy away from him or get him late. But, because of that, you might be able to get him extremely late and think you got a steal out of it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the Chiefs interviewed him. When the Chiefs were having formal interviews with the guy, they obviously like the dude.
Big deal. Yeah. And if they think they can get him later, right? You trade into the 5th round or something with that 4th for the Chicago Bears and grab him. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not against drafting players that I'm not high on after reading about them and watching. I think there's value everywhere. I think all these guys have a place in the draft where it would be a steal or good value to get them at that place. And if you think you can get the 2023 version out of him, 5th round is not a big deal to waste. Like you can do that and not feel bad about it. You take a swing at a guy that you think can be your guy, right?
Hey, the Chiefs are looking at him. They like him. They obviously see something something that JD likes. So there you go. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.